Hi, welcome to our first podcast. My name is Inês.
And my name is Luana.
We are Coventry University students and we are crazy about K-pop. So in this podcast, we're going to talk about the huge success of BTS, one of our favorite groups.
We're both studying media and communications, and we thought that doing this podcast would be very interesting since
we can just talk about anything in this podcast and we can use it as an artifact for one of our final projects.
Yeah, we usually speak about this for hours and hours. So we're gonna.
So it's kind of a pressure. We feel a bit of pressure to be a little bit academic when we talk about this.
Yeah, when it comes to BTS, exactly. Let's try not to fangirl too much.
So let's just start from introducing the group.
Yeah, for those who don't know, BTS stands for Bulletproof Boy Scouts, in Korean Bantamsonedan, and recently you can also
Beyond the
Scene, exactly. And they're formed by 7 members from South Korea. So the members are Jungkook, Jin, RM, Suga,
J-Hope, and V.
And Kim Taeyang.
Yes.
Sorry, there's too many. There are too many, but I promise I know the names. Anyway, so they've been breaking a lot of records from really the year they debuted since 2013, and they were one of the first K-pop acts to break into the American mainstream culture.
Yes, and since this is the media era, this is the young era with everyone so connected with media, that's what actually helped them to grow as well. Because more people were connected to the social medias that they are in, which is mostly
Twitter, VLive, and there's also Fan Cafe?
Yeah, Fan Cafe.
Fan Cafe.
It's mostly in Korea, but since they have Twitter, which is accessed by everyone, they just debuted in the right time to get the attention of everyone all over the world.
They actually didn't have any intentions to break into the American market. If you see their videos on their main channel where they share behind the scenes and insights of their lives, they don't even have translation. It's the fans themselves who put subtitles into the video, so that they didn't even try.
Yeah, it is the fans, the Korean fans or the other ones who know Korean, that they want to expand their popularity. So
exactly. So the fans BTS army is really, really dedicated. They're really, really dedicated, and the fact that their huge support, they put BTS everywhere. Especially just yesterday, they won the top social artist for the 3rd year in a row.
Yeah,
and as well for the first time, this is a huge mark in history. I need to refer this. I'm sorry. They won top group.
Yes, that's true. Everyone was expecting an American group to win like it usually is, but this year was BTS, and it's just such a great achievement that a K-pop group, the K-pop group reached that level.
And finally got recognition for the music they make.
Yeah,
not
exactly.
only for the fact that they're social, and they're one of the main. I think they're the biggest. They're the biggest Twitter account who gets the most.
With 19 million right now.
With almost 20 million. Yeah,
almost 20
million followers who gets the most retweets and the most likes.
And that's only because they make the account very personal. They are the ones who manage the account. Which is kind of what other companies are doing slowly, because in the beginning every account is managed by the managers, but Big Hit, their entertainment company, gave them the freedom to just release any type of content they want, because they realize that fans respond the right way, they're being themselves online, so just do whatever you want. If people like that, just be yourself online, just do your stupid stuff, and you're probably gonna get someone who likes it.
And the fact that not only they share this funny content, and for example even holidays called Bon Voyage shared in
they broadcasted series. Their own holidays.
Exactly. They also give insights of their lyrics, and that's something that artists they not often do that. And their lyrics, they have a very meaningful background, regarding mental health.
And I would say that
as well.
It is true that the fan base is huge right now, but it did not just come in like that. Like, it didn't just appear in 2015. It was something that it started
slowly
from the beginning, because from the top, their themes went around teenagers and like social problems that teenagers might have in school, personal issues like insecurity. Things like that. They always mention these type of topics, so teenagers could relate
to the lyrics.
Yeah, exactly. To the lyrics,
so
and
that's
everything.
why it's really important to pay attention to the lyrics. I know that we both don't understand Korean. I mean, you do
a little bit, but still not at that level.
Exactly, we're learning.
Yeah,
but still, we don't get to understand everything that they say. So it's also very important for us to have a look on the lyrics, and that's that's one of the main reasons why I got into the BTS fandom.
Yeah,
because not only the sound of not only it sounds good, but it is good, in fact, good content. Yeah, and that's something that usually people tend to judge. People who are not inside who don't know
what K-pop
is, and they only judge for their extreme looks.
People who don't really understand why we're so fanatic about it. It's because they just see how just a 7-member group is just there. It's fans who look into the lyrics. It's people who are interested. It feels like they're talking to their friends or something like that. Like, it's some kind of proximity that K-pop groups create with the fans.
Yeah, and they help people overcome a lot of hardships.
Yeah,
thanks to their lyrics. Not only young adults, but I've seen actually a lot of people, elder people who likes BTS. BTS really, they have listeners from all age.
It is.
It's not only young adult, especially, of course.
Yeah.
Because of the social media. BTS attracts more young adults, but there's really people from every age.
Yeah, it's true.
Apart from that, they, like I said before, they also give very supportive messages to fans. For example, last year, one of the members, Yoongi, he said for the New Year's message, he said it's not.
You mean Suga, right?
Yeah, Suga. Sorry, because they have two names. So
you mean they have a
stage name and the original name?
Yeah,
exactly. For example, he said that you don't need to have a dream, and a lot of people face this problem because everyone tells you to follow your dream, but what happens if you don't have a dream? That's something that actually I've never heard before. And actually, one of their songs from album Love Yourself Tear, Paradise, that song specifies that you don't need to have a dream to be happy, and that's a very important message that I've never seen everyone talking about it.
And it's not, like you said, it's not really aimed at only younger people, because it is true that in this stage of life, when they're going to high school or going to university, you're always pressured to find your route for the future. So you're kind of lost if you don't have a dream in that time. You kind of feel more relaxed when you hear these lyrics and say, hey, like, it's okay not to have a dream. I can just maybe find something that I love to do in the future. Like, I don't have to decide right now. But I also think that there must be like older people who must still feel pressure because they're 30 years old and they still live with their parents and they don't have a dream, and everyone around them just brings them down and say, like, what the hell? Like, what are you doing with your life? If you don't have a dream, like, you need to dream. But
for example, sorry, as soon as you said that, I could instantly think about Tomorrow, which is one of their songs that talks precisely about that. It's just, like I said, not only superficial, but they really go into these kind of problems that society faces every day. And that's something that basically
it's very
BTS
rare
in the spotlight.
And it's very rare because it's very risky to talk about these topics,
especially in Korea.
Publicly. It is topics that everyone sometimes feels that they are the outcast. There might be some cases of bullying or things like that everyone knows that it's going on, but nobody really talks about it.
Nobody addresses this problem.
They attract people in a way that they make them relate to their lyrics, to think. They make them think that they're not alone in this.
And not only because of their looks or because the visuals. I mean, the visuals do play a big role on attracting the public, of course, but it's not the main thing that I think put BTS in the spotlight and put BTS where it is today.
Yeah.
It's so surprising that even countries like Latin America, for example, Brazil, I've seen some fan cams where people were actually singing the rap.
Yeah,
even though it's Korean, that's something
it's
that
dedication. It's
dedication. It's something that it's really hard to attract people.
Yeah.
Like that. Even though you have this cultural and language barrier, that's something huge. That basically just means that music transpasses everything.
It breaks all those language and cultural barriers.
Exactly.
It becomes so international that you can relate to their culture. They teach you about their culture, and you feel like you understand more about Korea because of it.
Yeah, it's so inspiring. So inspiring. And I feel like they really do deserve everything that they've achieved far, from attending the Grammys to doing a 10-minute speech
in the UN,
in the United Nations.
Such a huge achievement. And then when they reached the top 1 charts in the UK, I was so surprised. Like, the music industry, it's so focused on the pop. That it's really hard for another artist to break through that.
The music industry, and the fact that the music that is popular in America doesn't exactly mean that is going to be popular in the UK, because UK has very good artists. For example, Adele. They have their own artists.
Ellie Goulding.
Exactly. So the fact that BTS not only achieved such position in America, the fact that they managed to achieve the position number 1 in the UK charts. Also, they were in the Hot 10 Billboard Hot 10, position number 8 in Artist 100, position number 1. Also,
in the Billboard Awards, the top social artist for 2 years, 2017.
For 3 years in a row
and now.
Exactly.
For their 3rd year, and it just shows the power that social media has got in the artist's career. If it wasn't for Twitter, if it wasn't for their YouTube entertaining videos, Bangtan Bombs, if it wasn't for, I don't know, like the fans,
their talent, and the fans, the dedication the fans show.
They motivated so much people to go to Korea. Like, the tourism in Korea rose so much because of this, and there is more people now that want to learn about the culture, the food, and the language about Korea. From Korea.
Something that I completely that I want to add on their achievement. Because that's a really big achievement. This is the 3rd album, Map of the Soul Persona. This is the most recent album. It is the 3rd album to hit position number 1 in the Hot 200. So it means that after the Beatles, they were the first artist to get 3 albums to achieve such a position number 1 in only 1 year. So they're breaking their own records. They're opening doors for other artists of K-pop, and they're breaking the stereotype of having only American music in the American charts. Exactly, that's it. And also, sorry, it's so many achievements. It's really hard to keep up with everything. They sell out a stadium tour in the United States. So I think it's the first it is the first K-pop act to sell out a stadium tour. We tried to get tickets.
I thought you were gonna say I tried to sell out as well.
We tried to get tickets ourselves, and we can say that it's the hardest task ever. Tickets sell out in 90 minutes. A stadium, can you believe it? 2 days.
It's
sell out.
crazy.
It's 90. So it was around.
It gives me goosebumps how much they grew. It just like
so many websites. So many websites crashed.
Yes.
Because of people, since people wanted to try to get the tickets, all of them at the same time, but the first minute. So it's something that it's really, really, really impressive.
We as fans are so proud of them. Like, they've grown so much, and they always, even though they are getting this much attention, they always guarantee that they're still the same. They're still the same 18, 21 years old who debuted. Their soul, the companionship that they always had with us, it's still with us. Like, the fame is not changing.
And with each other, because in the K-pop industry, it's very important I think they really teach them how to work as a team, and that's something that Western industry doesn't have. We can really see the difference between the friendship that BTS has and the hardships that they managed to overcome as a group. They made them stronger, and the fact that they're so connected to each other
because they all fighting for the one dream. So.
Exactly, and the fact that they have such different personalities and they need to adapt to each other. I think that made them also stronger.
Yeah. Overall, what we're trying to say is that they've been growing so much to get where they are.
Yeah, not only because of fans, it's especially because of their authenticity.
Yes.
That pull fans.
How unique they are.
Pull audiences. Yeah. And they basically made them turn from casual listeners to dedicated fans.
Yes.
And that's what made them, I think, where they are at this moment.
So I think we're going to stop for now. Like we have so much more to say.
K-pop can be something that we can talk about hours and hours.
Hours.
So yeah. I think this is the first episode, and we hope that we will continue this series.
Yes. And we'll see you soon.
See you.
Bye.
Bye.
Can't stop going, when I'm with you, I'm in utopia. 지워진 꿈을 찾아